Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Bienvenidos to International Leadership of Texas. My name is Victor Carrillo. I am the Executive Director of Government Relations for International Leadership of Texas. Thank you for being here. It's a little warm, I acknowledge, but we will get through this. This is about the coolest part of the day, so thank you for being here at this time. We're here for a wonderful day today, and I wanted to introduce just a few folks. So on behalf of our founder, our superintendent, and our CEO, Eddie Conger, and our board of directors, I'd like to welcome you again. And I want to introduce at this time, first, our board chair, General Boudreau. If you would stand, please. Also, from our board of directors, Mr. Peter Gudmundson. And also from our board of directors, Ms. Lynn Beach. Thank you for joining us this morning. At this time, I'd like to call, we have several special guests, VIP guests, and I'd like to call up our first guest, Mr. Brian Flores, who is the Deputy Regional Director for Senator John Cornyn, to give us brief greeting and read a presentation. Thank you, Brian.
Good morning, everybody. It's an honor to be out here with you all, and I brought a letter from Senator Cornyn that I'll be leaving here, but I would like to read it, so thank you all for your time. It says, "Dear friends, congratulations on the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Lieutenant Colonel William G. Leftwich Jr. Marine Corps JROTC facility. You and your entire community can take pride in this new facility, knowing that it is named after a true American hero and represents a significant accomplishment for Garland. I commend International Leadership of Texas, as well as its JROTC instructors and cadets on this fine achievement. I encourage you all to continue pursuing excellence in the years to come." So that's the letter, and congratulations again. Thank you, guys. Here's the letter.
At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. John Vick, who is the District Director for Senator Bob Hall. And at this time, I'd like to introduce and have him come up and give a few words of welcome, our Garland City Mayor, Mr. Scott LeMay. Do you want to introduce?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Garland, Texas. I have a few of our council members here with me this morning. From District 1, Jeff Bass, who is also an ILT parent. From District 2, Deborah Morris, who I see is wearing the school colors. Very good. And from District 8, Chris Ott. I think that's all of them that I have seen. Well, I will tell you, this is a phenomenal occurrence. You know, as I've told some of you, you know, the city right now is building a lot of buildings. We have a bond program, and so we've got a lot of construction going on. And the progress, I live just a couple of minutes from here, so I pass by here no telling how many times. And right now, fast and construction don't necessarily go together, and so with the speed with which this building has come together is phenomenal, and I know that takes a lot of dedication on everybody's part to get that done, so congratulations. But also, you know, the other thing with, I have been involved with the ILT schools all the way back to the K through 8 campus when it was first developed. It was a little 3-par pitch putt golf course back in the day. And then this campus, when it was developed, we had a groundbreaking probably just a couple of feet from here. I believe it was February, and I believe it was exceptionally cold from what I recall. So to see the growth of the ILT system, not just here in Garland, but across the state, has really been great to watch, and the contributions that the school is bringing forth. I know that we now have several of your students on our Garland Youth Council, and so you are building leaders. You are creating people in this world who are going to step up when some of us are ready to step aside. And so I commend you on that, and I congratulate you on this facility. Thank you.
One other person whose presence I'd like to acknowledge is Ariel Kinney. She is the North Texas representative of the Texas Public Charter Schools Association. Ariel, I saw you earlier. Would you wave? Hi, Ariel. Thank you all for being here. We really greatly appreciate it. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our International Leadership of Texas founder, superintendent, and CEO, Mr. Eddie Conger. And here's the...
Well, good morning, everybody. So thankful that each and every one of you are here, and I'm so thankful for all the work that's going into right now to be able to serve 24,000 ILTexas students come next August. Cadets, I really want to say thank you for being here. Obviously, school hasn't started yet, but you're in uniform, you're looking sharp, and this building is here to be able to support you, but thank you for being here. Mayor LeMay, I want to thank you for allowing us, 8 years ago, to have a temporary set of portables in the back of the building. So thank you for allowing us to have that temporary facility, because through those halls, what Sergeant Major Cully has done, and our Lieutenant Colonel Chris, what he's been able to do is just phenomenal. But I think we'll be off of your bad boy list, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. There has been a lot of there has been a lot of work that is going into this facility. We're not 100% there yet, so when you come through, please use your imagination for those final touches that will be in place, but it will be there. I'm going to try to do two things. One, I'm going to try not to get emotional, and I'm going to try to make it short. I'm not certain I'm going to do either. The Marine Corps is very, very important to me. Starting way back as a kid, our pastor, who was, I called him Uncle Robert, but he was a Marine. Served in Hotel Company 22 in Guadalcanal in World War II. So I got a big dose of religion and a big dose of the Marine Corps real young. I had two uncles who served in the Marine Corps. One of them 3 tours in Vietnam. There was just something different about those gentlemen. Their bearing, their character, the way they carried themselves, very different. And I knew as a kid I wanted to be a Marine. I had the privilege of serving for 20 years as an infantry officer, learning leadership traits, leadership principles, but more importantly, seeing it in the lives of other people. The last 3 years in the Marine Corps, I had the privilege of serving in 3rd Marine Division in Okinawa, Japan. And I was able to see my own 4 children, how fast they were picking up languages, the Japanese language. And so when I retired in 2001, to be able to go into education, and then a few years later, 2012, the state approves our charter. They approved a very unique mission statement that's filled with servant leadership, mastering 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Chinese, but strengthening the mind, the body, and the character. It's not your normal school system to be that focused. But thank goodness we were approved and we were able to start in 2012. But if you back up, that mission statement was developed a lot from that Uncle Robert, that World War II Marine, but all the Marines that I had the privilege of serving with. One of the things you learn as an infantry officer is Lieutenant Colonel William Leftwich, his service, his sacrifice, him putting others before self, was everything that epitomized Marine Corps leadership. And then in 1988, I had the privilege of going to the Amphibious Warfare School. And at the Amphibious Warfare School, AWS, I had the privilege of meeting Colonel Leftwich's son, fellow Captain Bill Leftwich. And the leadership that we were told about that Colonel Leftwich had, I saw that Bill epitomized. He's humble. He's very competent. He puts others before self. And when Bill retired, he also became an educator, just recently retiring as an English department head of a school up in Virginia. So when we started thinking about moving out of the portables to build a facility, I could think of no other person, our family, to be able to name this system, this building after, and that's the Leftwich family. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I called him and reached back out to him and said, Bill, could we use your family name? Here's what we are going to do. He visited with his family and very graciously allowed us to name this Marine Corps JROTC facility after Lieutenant Colonel William Leftwich. And ladies and gentlemen, this morning it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Colonel Leftwich's son, Bill Leftwich.
Hey, thank you. Eddie, thank you for that very generous introduction. It's a real honor to be here. Distinguished guests, staff and faculty, students and cadets, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Leftwich family, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude for the tremendous honor of naming this Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps facility in memory of my father. I would like to particularly single out my Marine Corps running mate, Eddie Conger, and his team for their vision, for their enthusiasm, for their dedication in establishing the international leadership of Texas schools, and for bringing my father's legacy to a new generation of students. I'd also like to thank Colonel Mike Brown for his counsel, friendship, and many kindnesses. Since his death in Vietnam, my father has been honored with a U.S. Naval Destroyer, a bronze statue at Quantico Marine Base, a leadership trophy awarded annually by the Marine Corps, a visitor center at the United States Naval Academy, and now this wonderful facility. So what did Dad do to merit all this recognition? The answer is simple. Above all, he had character. He was an outstanding leader because he worked hard at being one. His personal leadership philosophy was epitomized by a quote on his dressing mirror, which read, "The born leader is a fiction invented by born followers. Leadership is not a gift at birth. It's an award for growing to full moral stature. It's the only award that a person must win every day. The prize is the respect of others earned by the disciplines that generate self-respect." When Dad graduated from high school, he had served simultaneously as class president, football team captain, ROTC commander, governor of Boy States, and was voted best all around. Childhood friends recalled that Dad was friendly, but was also very competitive. Dad loved sports. He excelled at them. He possessed self-confidence and inner discipline. He was a modest man who did not feel it necessary to be loud or self-promoting. His satisfaction was in the accomplishment of the job. A true servant leader, Dad placed his Marines and their well-being above his own. Personal integrity was paramount. A good listener and attentive to details, he remembered names and faces. Profanity was abhorrent. A lifelong learner, my father constantly read and wrote about the nature of his profession. Finally, he earned people's respect and trust because he was genuine. There was only one Bill Leftwich. It's this legacy, this personal example, that our family hopes will inspire and challenge these Marine Corps Junior ROTC cadets to strive for personal excellence and dedicated service in their chosen endeavors. Thank you very much.
And if I may, I'd like to put our board president on the spot, Peter Gudmundson, who was a captain in the Marine Corps. Sir, if you would present this plaque to Bill Leftwich, I would greatly appreciate it, sir.
Sir, thank you so much. When I was at the basic school, we used to pose in your father's pose in that famous statue right there at the basic school. So he inspired all of us, and it's an honor to be here. And thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Governor.
There you go. Guess we'll turn around the other way.
I want to thank Bill Leftwich for talking for us, especially on behalf of his father. Good morning, everyone. As a Marine Corps JROTC cadet, I'm very excited about this new facility. It will be a place where leadership is put into action through our program. We are honored to have it named after distinguished Marine Corps officer, leader of Marines, and patriot. Lieutenant Colonel Leftwich exemplified the Marine spirit, ethos, and servant leadership to which we aspire. The Lieutenant Colonel William G. Leftwich Marine Corps JROTC facility will be a center of gravity for students to learn leadership, develop their character, and become the best versions of themselves. We will live up to its namesake by building our leadership traits, applying our leadership principles, and setting the example for our fellow cadets and students. In doing so, we will honor the Leftwich name, the United States Marine Corps, and international leadership of Texas. We will do this through our actions, our spirit, and our grit. Again, thank you to all for attending today. Semper Fidelis and Hoorah!
All right, just go ahead and follow it in back here. Come on, bring it over this way. There Sora is. Bring it on back. Bring it behind him. There you go. There you go. Good. There you go. Awesome. Thank you. Good. All right, right there. Right here, sir. Little map, right here, sir.
Devon? 30 seconds. Got it. Pivot. Need it, Devon. How's that for you? Craig, you good? Very good. Devon, let me know when. Roll. Roll, target. Stand by. Stand by.
Just make sure we get all set up here.
All set, Kate. Roll, gents.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Roll them over. Not slip anything.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Thorson. Slide one chair that way. Very good, sir. Thank you.
All right. Count them down, sir. So on Fred's count, we'll sit.
Little movement right after it, Savon. Right after it. Very nice.